I'm 33. I currently work for a Fortune 200 company as a product manager. I've been with the company for over 12 years, and I've held various roles in that time. About a month ago, I was offered a small business, and I'm looking for your advice on the process I should follow to determine if it's a good opportunity for me and my family that I should quit my job and go for. The business is a flower shop. It has around 10 employees and an annual revenue of $1 million.
What are they telling you the profit is?
So he did not have a P&L built. So I was able to get my hands on the tax returns over the last handful of years. Gross profit is like last year was just under $500,000, but the net income, he's actually showing small losses over the past few years. So I don't know if that is, a quote unquote strategy, or if this is just something.
Might be a good tax strategy, but it's a bad business idea because this business isn't worth anything. It's not making a profit.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's not selling it. It's, I was offered it, being given to me as a gift.
Okay. There must be something else going on in this relationship. Is this a family member?
It's not a family member. So I worked there all throughout high school. So have a good relationship with the owner, and there isn't another. So he's ready to be done and doesn't have an exit strategy. So
he's just going to hand you the keys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you attempted to build a P&L?
Yes. Using the tax forms, yes.
Okay. And what are you finding there?
I'm basically what you said, where it's hard to see when the.
So what's the problem? Why is he not making a profit on $1 million? Is it labor, cost of goods sold, rent?
So cost of goods sold is like 60%, like 600,000. Yeah.
So he's got a pricing problem?
So he said that up until basically August of last year, they weren't really counting costs. They weren't keeping an eye on things. He said that he implemented some changes then to have everybody really looking at what they're putting into arrangements to keep costs down, and that's had positive effects. But I don't have 2025
you have enough base knowledge from your high school days to know that you can make a flower arrangement for half of what he's making it for? I don't.
Yeah.
Because
agreed.
It sounds like that this is a hobby.
Well,
it's a $1 million hobby.
Yeah.
I mean, he loves the artistry of it and the customers and being down there smelling the flowers. And he's been asleep at the wheel for a decade.
Yeah, and I mean, his compensate. I would be taking a massive.
Yeah, what do you make now?
About 130. The compensation has been between 30 and 60,000.
To him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I've got to have a level of confidence that I can make a 13% net profit on $1 million, or I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
And that means you're going to get paid $130,000 because you own it and you have a profit margin of 13%. That'd be, you would at least break even on what you're doing and have the potential to grow from there. I'm guessing that's probably doable. That doesn't sound unreasonable. A 13% net profit on $1 million because I think he's not paying attention to anything. His labor costs, he's not paying attention to any of his accounting metrics at all because he doesn't even have any.
Correct.
Yeah. And certainly cost of goods sold. And there is no telling how much waste they have.
Correct. Yeah. I think there's a lot of opportunities.
Yeah, they're over-ordering. They're half-butt taking care of stuff. And they just throw it around, make some flowers, and send them to mama. I mean, wow.
Yeah. I mean, he walked me through kind of his day-to-day activities, and to me, it's all office manager type stuff. It's not owning, it's not growing.
Well, first thing I got to do is I got to get all the processes and systems that are broken here fixed. And if fixing those doesn't get me to a 13% profit, then I got a problem. And so I think you go down there and spend some weekends. Spend some Friday afternoons and all day Saturday, and you get your elbows in the flowers, and let's see what's going on. Because otherwise, I think you're being irresponsible for your family. Because you got to have a good logical case that you can make $100,000 a year out of this thing, and it's possible that the marketplace has shifted, and Costco selling bouquets of flowers is putting guys like this out of business. I don't know. They may have driven the price point down to where there's no margin left.
Yeah,
I have no idea how stuff like that affects this, but I'm just thinking about, okay, when I order flowers, what happens? Well, I pay the florist because I'm an old school dude, and they deliver a nice bouquet to Miss Sharon, and my life is good. That's what you're supposed to do, right? But when my wife gets ready to buy flowers, she goes down to freaking Costco or Publix and picks them up.
Yep.
And so I'm trying to put myself in the shoes here a little bit. I don't know. I'm not the focus group, probably, by the way, but yeah.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I would say almost 40% is from funerals, and then they haven't really been doing weddings, which is another big.
Well, that's where all the money is.
Correct. Yeah.
And Mother's Day and Mother's Day, right? I mean, that's.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why this is enticing, but it's hard to say.
Yeah, but if you're losing a quarter of watermelon, you don't get a bigger truck.
Yeah. Agreed. Yeah.
So that's what we got to figure out. So you got to spend enough time down there to get more information than you and I have. I think my gut tells me. I mean, if you told me that we were trying to get $130,000 out of $400,000 top line, I would be going, I don't think this is happening. Forget it.
Yeah.
But 13% on $1 million doesn't sound unreasonable to me. I think that you ought to be able to squeeze that out just by cleaning up, just by actually running the freaking business.
Yeah.
I think, but that's just supposition, right? It's easy for me to do on the other side of a microphone. You got to go down there and live this life. So if I'm you, I'm going to get neck deep in flowers for a little while before I make the decision.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Have you got any time off that's available to you at work?
Yeah.
Take some of it and use your vacation down there and go down there and work.
Yeah.
And go in there and try to, see, because you'll see the stuff. It won't take a week. You'll look at it and go, we're losing $100,000 on these two things right here.
Yeah.
Or you'll go, I think there's just no margin because we've gotten priced out of the market. Or you'll start to see it, I think, don't you?
I would think so.
Yeah.
It's hard thinking back, 10 years and
it's just not a complicated business. It's a we got cost of goods sold, we got labor, we got rent, and we got price points and business model. And the business model doesn't have weddings in it right now. And so, one of the things I'm going to do too is I'm going to contact some of the local wedding chapels and wedding planners and say, if I'm looking at buying this, if I did, what would it take to earn your business?
Okay.
And see if you can open up some markets that way. And if you had like 3 of those go, not in a million years, I wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole. And you go, I got another issue.
Yeah.
So, or if they go, if you came over there and gave me some package deals and help me get these brides done, that would be great. Help me deal with Bridezilla, then that'd be great. And that would give me some help. That there's some upside too. Because if you took the $1 million to $1.5 million, that's another way to get to it. Just by cleaning up the marketing that's very interesting, very cool. It's neat. That's neat. I like your proposal. I like the idea. It's an interesting look. And you know what I bet about this guy? I picked on him here for the last few minutes. I would also say that this guy is probably a very nice, sweet person. I think he's probably just a little too nice instead of getting his hands down in this stuff and cleaning up some of the mess.